All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Podrace. My name's Nick. This is Aidan. We're going to be talking about 2025. Let's just get right into it. So 2025, I liked a lot of what came out this year, and I didn't see as much as you, but I saw a good amount. Um, should we just you want to kind of go ahead and say our three favorites, least favorites, and stuff like that, or what we enjoyed?
Uh, yeah, I think 2025 was probably, I would say, off the top of my head, the best year for movies since COVID, from what I could think of. Um, there was a really good year for cinema. I think we both probably have the same favorite movie of the year, so we can
Yeah,
kind of get into that in a second.
yeah.
My top three this year, though, um, I gotta go Sinners at number three, Marty Supreme at number two, and then my number one's gotta be Superman.
Okay. So I didn't. We can explain them after. I didn't see Marty Supreme, but I heard it was really, really good. My top three of the year was I would put. So I had never seen the animated ones, but I had seen the live action of this. The How to Train Your Dragon live action was really, really good. Like I really liked that. So I think that might actually be my three. Um, Warfare, we both just watched recently, and I thought that was really good. So I have that at two. And I guess we'll talk about that a little bit too because we both like that a lot. And then Superman is the obvious number one of the year. I don't think there's anything that actually comes close to Superman this year as far as the production. Um, but those were probably the three that stood out to me. I didn't really hate anything this year, but I thought those three stood out.
Um, I definitely wish I could say that I didn't hate anything this year, but before
You also
that,
saw a lot more than me, but
yeah.
yeah,
Um, so we both have Superman at number one. I do want to say that while it was my favorite movie of the year, I don't think it was objectively like the best made movie or the best movie in terms of quality of the year, but I don't really think I had any terms. I haven't had a feeling like that in a movie theater, especially for like I'll just generalize it a comic book movie probably since Infinity War, maybe Endgame. I mean, the only I think it's the best superhero slash comic book movie. I'll just say superhero movie that's came out since Endgame, since COVID. The only one that compares to it is Guardians 3,
I was gonna say that. Yeah,
but they have just their tones of the movies are so much different, and like with Superman, it gave me a lot of excitement for James Gunn's DCU now. I was a little skeptical at first, and I really don't like Man of Steel at all. I think Man of Steel is a pretty poor representation of the character of Superman. I don't think Superman should be dodging like buses full of people and watching it explode into a skyscraper building, or just like aura farming while people are dying and just not caring about
yeah,
civilian deaths. And I do like how David Cornsweet's version. I mean, you see him save a fucking squirrel for God's sakes at one point. So I just really like the embodiment of hope that Superman represented in that movie. Especially the last thing I'll say about it, the scene. Um, what was the country? Was it Jarenport or something
I
like the
don't.
country that's being
Yeah, I
invaded
don't know. It was something like it
is
was. Yeah.
just chanting Superman over and over again, and like I just that scene kind of gave me chills. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. I mean, for that scene, I don't know. Maybe I got to rewatch it. That scene didn't. For people were like going heavy on that scene online for whatever reason. I don't remember that scene doing it for me in the theater like it did for everybody else. So probably have to rewatch the movie and just see that again. I remember the scene, but I don't remember it doing much for me.
Mm.
Um, it's funny because we both think it's the number one comic movie of the year, and you said the best since Endgame besides Guardians 3. But I feel like I've seen a lot of people say that F4 or Fantastic Four or even Thunderbolts is better than that. I just don't agree with that. Um, but I've
I
seen
could
people say it.
the only argument I could see with Thunderbolts maybe is just like the drama or seriousness of the movie can kind of beat Superman, but
Yeah,
just I mean I really liked F4 when I first got out of the theater, and ever since then, it's kind of been dropping down my list. And the more I think about it, the more it's like
I
it's a good
yeah
introduction. I kind of like that they don't really do the backstory. They kind of wrap it up in about the first 10 minutes, but
yeah
I just don't think it compares at all. I actually think Thunderbolts is also better than F4.
I agree. I think Thunderbolts is I have it above it for me in my rankings. I think it's better. I think the acting is better in it. I think the group. It's funny because F4 is all about family, but I think Thunderbolts that cast had a lot more chemistry and worked better together. Um, Fantastic Four, I remember being very like hype to see it in the theater, and then I saw it and I left, and I don't want to say I was like underwhelmed, but I wasn't like as satisfied or hyped up leaving as I was hoping I was going to be. I don't know what it was. I just didn't. I don't think it reached the level of hype that I think it had for me. Um,
Well, the one
and I,
thing I'll say about F4, and I mean, I guess we'll kind of get into spoilers, but the movie came out
yeah,
last
six
summer.
months ago. Yeah,
Um, the one thing like I kind of dislike about that movie, and also kind of going back to Infinity War, is just like the fake out when I already know that Vanessa Kirby signed on to do more movies, and they
yeah,
just and I understand it was to showcase Franklin's powers, but at the same time, it was like there was no drama to that for me because it was like they're not going to kill her. She signed on to Endgame, not Endgame, Doomsday and Secret Wars, and I'm assuming they'll probably make a F4 sequel at some point.
yeah,
So I just never really fully believed that she would die. And I mean, unless they somehow went a route of like an alternate reality version, like Gamora type thing, which would have
yeah.
been stupid
Which,
anyway. So
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I think everybody knew she was gonna make it through for that reason, which I guess you can't like hinder the story because people know that a character is signed on for more movies. Like I guess you just got to build your story regardless. But it was very like I don't know. It was a very like stereotypical death and revival scene where like they die, they're asleep, and then they just kind of come back to life like that. Like it's very that's like stereotypical to me. So I didn't love that. Um, I thought I don't know that movie. I thought like the way that they beat Galactus was very like simple and like it just kind of I don't remember exactly all the details from like uh, the how they defeated him, but I remember the lines or something were like giving Galactus a direct path to the contraption they made that was going to suck him into
yeah,
the side of the
they were
galaxy,
using
and
like a fake Franklin too.
yeah, it was
Um,
very like I remember after the reviews and people saying like it was very obvious what they were doing, and so that was kind of dumb. Uh, but I also like I know I said this when we first saw it, and everybody disagreed with me in our group chat, but I thought the 2005 one was better. I liked it more. I thought
I would have
the
to
more
rewatch the 2005 one. I would, off the top of my head, I would probably wouldn't agree with that. I will say the one thing I did like about the Galactus scene, I kind of do like that they ended up saving their universe because I honestly thought
I no, I
their
agree. Yeah,
their involvement in
I agree with that.
Doomsday was going to be them like running away from Galactus because he destroyed their world and they were somehow going to teleport to ours. Or even when the whole scene was setting up where they had the teleporters all over the world, which somehow they built in like a fucking day,
Yeah,
every single. But I thought at one point they were actually going to teleport their Earth to
it's what it
the
felt like.
MCU. But I kind of like the way they went with it.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't mind that. I was just gonna say something and I totally lost it. Buff. Oh,
Well,
the real quick. I just the one thing for me that I didn't that didn't click for me in the movie was I feel like the more you have to tell me you're a family, you feel like less of a family. And so like I feel like in that movie they made it a point every chance they could to say that that group was a family. And the 2005 one just felt more close knit for me, but that could probably be its own discussion and video another time, like comparing older versions of movies to new ones. But I don't know. I thought the old one was a little bit better. Um, the back to I guess back to Superman. I thought it was just like cinematically, like we were talking about TASM 2 not that long ago, and cinematically that's a beautiful movie. I thought this is kind of similar. Like some of the shots that they have in Superman are just freaking amazing. Like him coming up and the laser eyes going around and like just really good cinematic scenes that I thought we hadn't seen in a movie in quite a while. which I enjoyed.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I think it's the best superhero movie that's come out in quite a while, 6 years. At
Yeah.
that point, I mean, I'm not the biggest Endgame fan, so I would even argue it could go back to Infinity War. Well, actually, I kind of forgot No Way Home came out in 2021, so I would probably compare it to that. But
What do you
as of
think's better?
right now, I'd
That's
probably say
close. I
Super.
never.
Right now, I'd probably say Superman. I think Superman's more rewatchable, but they're like neck and
Mhm.
neck. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought of that comp. I think if I had a rank, they'd probably be like back to back. I think I would go No Way Home, but it's close. I never thought of that one.
I wouldn't hate that answer. I think they're literally like
Let me see what
side
I
by
have in my
side.
letterbox. I think in my letterbox.
I will say while you're looking that up, since
Hmm,
we already talked about three of the four, we can bring up which I would say is one of the more disappointing movies of the year, Captain America: Brave New World. Because
I
when I
go
first
ahead.
saw it, I was kind of higher on it, and now the more I think about it, it's just such a sloppy film.
Okay.
I think Anthony Mackie is really good at playing Sam and playing Captain America, and I just wish that his movie wasn't an Incredible Hulk sequel with him as the main character instead of the Hulk, since they can't legally make a Hulk movie right now. Um, like we kind of
I
talked about the other day, the
yeah.
marketing. I wish they didn't spoil Red Hulk, but they had to because they needed to get people in the movie with how many rewrites, reshoots they had. I did. I wish the reason I wish it wasn't as spoiled is because I really like the scene of when Harrison Ford's in the battleship, and he's like fighting the urge to turn into Red Hulk while
That was a
I
good
can't
scene.
even remember the dude's name. The leader, yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
his design was terrible too. When he's just egging him on to
Yeah.
turn into the Red Hulk, and he like fights the urge. I thought that was a really good scene. But even in the theater, I was like, I know he's not going to turn here because all the trailers is with the cherry blossom trees. I'm like, it's not going to happen right now.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big fan of Danny Ramirez as
No.
Falcon. I think he's just kind of there.
He's yeah. I'll get into that too.
But yeah, I just wish there was better for Sam Wilson's character. The I After the years passed, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier is actually a pretty good show. It should have been a movie, but I do think it's not a bad show outside of the whole plot line of the
Flag
like
Smashers.
yeah, I mean I like the stuff with him and um I'm just blanking on names right now. Wyatt Russell's character who's in Thunderbolts.
John Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the whole dynamic of is he worthy of the shield, and I think that's a decent first movie, and then they kind of just butchered
Yeah.
it after that.
Yeah. I'm not far off on that. What were you talking about? Oh, Capri New World. Yeah. I thought so for Anthony Mackie. I like the guy a lot. I think he's a great Falcon. I don't even think he's a bad Cap, but I don't think he's a good movie lead. Like I'm just not captivated to watch an Anthony Mackie movie where he's like the lead guy. There's some I don't know. I it doesn't he doesn't draw me in like Chris Evans would in that role. And I know it's like two different levels of Captain America, but um I just don't think he's a great and it's not even like his fault. I just don't think he's a great movie lead. Uh I thought I don't like Danny Ramirez as the new Falcon. I think he's like too witty in a way, or like too goofy. Like that first scene after Anthony Mackie goes through like the fight scene with those guys in the military, and then Danny Ramirez kind of like flies down onto that road, and he almost like stumbles out of the suit. Like I feel like that should have been like a smooth landing, and then he tries to do like some weird jokes or whatever in the like. The character to me was just too goofy, and I didn't like that. Um, and also when he gets he falls into the water and gets hurt and he's in the hospital and all that. I think that was like too. They were trying to force a connection between you and him that wasn't there, and I also don't enjoy the stuff like that. When you try and force sympathy onto a character, and so I didn't enjoy that. As As for like Ross, one with the Red Hulk, like you said, they spoiled it. I think they didn't have to, but they almost did for marketing purposes to get people to watch it. If they don't spoil that, and that's the big turn at the end of the movie, I think it goes from a 5 out of 10 to like a 7.5 out of 10. Like I think that would have been huge, and I would also argue that that's the best Hulk we've ever seen on screen, maybe besides '08. Like that is
Uh,
like as strong as a Hulk as they should show.
I mean, for me, the best Hulk we've still seen is still going to be Thor Ragnarok. I just love
I
that
Yeah, okay, I agree. That's my favorite Hulk.
iteration.
But I think maybe
He
strength
still
wise
like
and ability
defeats.
wise,
He still defeats Red Hulk with like the power of friendship,
yeah.
and
Which I
then
mean, like, is stupid. I agree,
and
but
then
I
Liv
think like
Tyler comes in and like shrinks him back down. It's just like I don't know.
yeah,
It
I I would go Ragnarok. Is I've always said that that's my favorite Hulk. I would say as far as like strength and speed and like everything like physically for the Hulk, I think this was a really good uh, display for Red Hulk at least. So I thought they did good on that. If they didn't spoil it, I think it goes from a 5 out of 10 to like a 7.5 out of 10 of a movie. Um, and as far as Ross goes, I love Harrison Ford. He's probably top three favorite actor of all time for me. But I think the movie does take a hit when you have to recast like that. At some points, it almost took me out of it that it wasn't the same guy. I forget the original actor's name that passed away, but he was very good in that role, and some of his line delivery and expressions like just fit the character. And as good as Harrison Ford is, it was definitely a different feeling for the character, and it
well
kind of
also
took me out
like
of it.
not that I don't like Harrison Ford, but if you plan on having Thaddeus Ross show up again, I don't want to say it, but Harrison Ford's not getting any younger. He's quite old. So like
I mean, what are you gonna do? Cast a younger guy and de-age him?
I wasn't saying like the age. I don't know how old the other actor was when he passed away. I know it was kind of sudden. I'm just saying like
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I get it.
at that point you would just kind of have to write the character off and just say he's locked up in the brig and kind of go
Yeah,
from
I mean,
there.
they probably could have done a cat movie that didn't have to involve Ross, and like they probably could have written a different plot line. Because it's also it's not like it's not a Ray Stevenson situation in Ahsoka where they filmed season 1 and then he died and they have to recast the character and continue. Like this movie was from scratch after he died, so I
Yeah.
guess they could have gone a different route um, and not used Harrison Ford and used the character, but it wasn't the worst thing. So I don't. I get what you're saying there. I get it.
Yeah, kind of to go back a little bit to finish off. I had Sinners at number 3. Um,
Okay.
I think Sinners is the best movie of 2025. I liked it more than One Battle After Another, and One Battle After Another right now is probably going to win Best Motion Picture at the Oscars. I just like Sinners a lot more, and it's something we've really never seen before, and it has a great cast, obviously led by Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, and more. Um, I wish it was a little bit more horror based. I thought it was supposed to be more in that direction, but I just think it's a near perfect film. I didn't get to see it in theaters, unfortunately, but when I did watch it for the first time, I was like
Yeah.
immediately hooked. And then Marty Supreme came in at number 2. I just saw that about a week ago. I think Timothy Chalamet is finally going to win the big one, win his Oscar. He's awesome in this movie. It's so the character of Marty is genuinely not a good person at all, and you shouldn't be rooting for him. But the way that Timothy portrays him is just like it's hard to root against a guy, even though he screws over so many people and he's a terrible person.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, there's like non actors in this movie. Tyler Creator's in this movie. He plays a pretty big part, and Kevin O'Leary
I
from
saw that.
Shark
Yeah.
Tank. He's awesome in this movie, and this is his first
Okay.
acting gig ever. Um, there's just like not a bad actor or supporting character in this movie, and I don't know if you've ever seen Uncut Gems, the Adam Sandler
No,
movie.
I don't think so.
Um, it's Marty Supreme's directed by Josh Safdie, so one half of the Safdie brothers who also directed Uncut Gems. And this is kind of similar in the sense of like the whole movie you're kind of on the edge of your seat and like I would say anxious to what's going to happen next, and I don't know, that just kind of does it for me. But I know
Okay.
you had kind of surprised you had How to Train Your Dragon live action at
Yeah,
number 3.
Yeah, because
So
I
what's
mean,
up with
my list
that?
is a lot shorter than yours as far as what I've seen in 25. It's only about 10 movies. Um, we could talk about FNAF 2 as well because we did see that together. How to Train Your Dragon 2, I don't really have much to say about it. It was just a really, really, really good experience in the theater. The Again, I never saw the animated, so I only seen this live action adaptation, and so that was the first time I'd seen the story played out. And so I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought the castings were good. I thought the CGI for um, the dragons were really good in that movie. I thought the music might have been the best part of it when I, I don't know why I'm blanking on the dragon's name that he flies around on.
Uh,
Toothless.
Toothless.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Toothless. When he flies around on Toothless, over the ocean, around the caves or the mountains and all that, and he's getting the wing to work, and part of it falls off, I think, and he gets it back and he straightens them out. And the music scores through that are like some of the best you'll see in a children's movie or whatever. Like they are, it's really really good if you haven't seen it. So I would recommend that. Um, I don't have much to say besides that. Like that movie was really good top to bottom.
And you've never seen
Uh,
the animated one?
no, and I know there's three total, I think, but
There's
I
like
think they're making
three animated movies, and then I think there's like a Netflix show that's kind of
yeah,
like
and I
I've only
think
seen the first two animated movies, but they're really good. So I have
yeah,
to
and
see the live action one
I
still.
believe they're making all three of them in live action, and so I don't think I'm going to watch the animated. I think I'm just going to hold out and see them each time in theaters in the live action ones and just get that experience. Um, because I think that would be kind of cool to like go through the trilogy that way and do it. And then I had Warfare in the second spot. We saw that not too long ago, both of us. I thought that was really good. Joseph Quinn was probably the best casting and or best acting performance in that movie, and half of his performance was him screaming on the ground injured. Like it just felt really real, and I really enjoyed that movie. So,
Yeah, I thought the
uh,
sound was really great in that movie
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Um, which is
I
not a
thought,
negative to the movie, but it was also like I remember watching it and it just like ended, and I was like, that's it. But
well, yeah, because we both, you said it, and I watched it with my sister, and she said it. It felt like it was 15 minutes. Like she was like, "What? It's already over." Like it felt like that, and so I don't. I guess
I
that's not a bad thing because we were drawing in the whole time before we knew it was over. And I also don't mind a movie that's an hour and a half long and really
well,
good.
I was about to kind of get into is like I feel like movies now, any movie that's not like a children's movie is like 2 hours plus. So you're kind
Yeah,
of accustomed to watching a movie for 2.5 hours
yeah,
and watching something for 90 minutes that doesn't really have a slow point. I guess you can only say in the beginning, but it's building up tension to when they're gonna get attacked or when something's gonna happen.
yeah,
Um, but outside of like the first 15 minutes, it's kind of just
yeah,
chaos
yeah.
from start to end. So
So
um,
then, why
to
don't?
wrap up 25, I guess you kind of mentioned it. We did see FNAF 2 together,
Yeah,
and it's definitely
that
better
was
than the first one. I wouldn't,
yeah,
I wouldn't,
marginally.
I don't think it's a good movie, but I would rate it like 3 out of 5 stars. However,
What did I give it?
one of those stars is simply from our movie theater experience,
Yeah,
and it was like
that was peak.
I literally think like I'm glad I saw it in theaters because I don't think a theater has reacted quite as that way since No Way Home for me. I did see the Minecraft movie, but I didn't see it when
It
they
came out
started
originally.
doing
Yeah,
bringing fireworks and chickens into the movie theater. So, yeah, I would
I
say FNAF 2 was the best movie theater experience of 2025 for me.
that yeah, that was probably the best theater experience I ever had, or one of them. Uh, it was it's similar to another movie we're going to talk about later that we just saw, but you kind of go in knowing what you're going to get from a movie like FNAF. Like you're not expecting 5 out of 5 peak cinema. Like I'm not going in there expecting a No Way Home level plot and everything. I'm expecting to go in, laugh, have a good time, some gory scenes like that, and get a movie that just like it just gives me a good fun time without being too serious. It kind of knows what it is. I thought that movie did it well. It was funny. Our crowd made the movie. Like when my buddies were asking, like, should I see it after I saw it? I said, if you're not going to go see it in the next like 2 days, don't go see it because
Yeah, I
you
think
gotta
opening
capitalize when
weekend.
all yeah you gotta capitalize while all the FNAF nerds are going in there and screaming at the theater like we did when all the the lore pops up on the screen. Um, if you wait 2 weeks, it's just going to be a boring crowd. It's not worth it. So uh, I thought it was good. I liked it. I think I gave it a 2.5 or 3 stars. It's probably what it deserves at that point. So
Is there
we
any
can,
other 2025 movies you kind of want to talk about before we kind of get into the new year? I mean, I not to really talk about it. I remember being very excited for him, the Jordan Peele produced horror movie based on the football player. That was really bad.
yeah, okay.
I was really excited for that.
I would
Um,
just, I would just say because we both saw it, Weapons
yeah, I
was
really
good.
like Weapons when I did see that in theaters. I think opening weekend, and the experience for that was pretty good,
Yeah,
especially with the scene where Julia Gardner's character is just sitting in the car, and the kid's mom comes and chops a lock of her hair off,
yes,
and the theater was just kind of stunned and just quiet for that. You can kind of hear a pin drop.
hmm
Um, I still think it was one of the better movies of the year. I would say it's probably just squeaking into the top 10.
yeah.
I
I
do
think
think
it's
the
yeah,
end scene being as comedic as it was kind of was a really big tonal shift from the rest of the movie.
hmm
Yeah, it had some jokes here and there, mainly with Paul and the junkie kid. Mainly their plots were a
yeah. He
lot
was
of
funny.
the jokes.
Yeah,
Um, but it's such a tonal shift. I did like how at the end the kids weren't miraculously saved. They were basically brain dead, and they said
yeah. They were
two years
still
later,
traumatized.
2 years later, only some of them are learning to talk again, and Alex's
Yeah.
parents were sent to a home. So I do like that it wasn't such a happy ending. Um, but yeah, Weapons. I think Weapons is good. I think it's kind of lost a lot of its traction and hype going into Oscar season than it had. Um, I really like the Avatar. You refuse to see Avatar for some reason, even though it's a pretty good franchise.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have those movies don't interest me. But as far as weapons goes, like you said, um, I thought the story was actually good, and I liked the different perspectives throughout the whole thing. I thought that was a really neat touch. I don't think I've ever seen a movie that really did that that I can think of, and so I thought that was cool. I thought the Brolin perspective was the best one of the
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 that they did. The I was actually like super invested in the plot and like how they were gonna solve this like mystery, and then when it just became and like it was getting dark. Like she shot Paul in the head or whatever when he was killing her or trying to, and then she shot the crackhead kid who was hilarious in the movie when he kept getting up and attacking Brolin. Like that was it was funny as shit, and then all of a sudden it changes. The tone totally shifts from like really dark to comedic because all the kids just come out screaming, breaking every window in every house, chasing her and ripping her apart. It just like that was funny, but it was a complete tone shift, and it kind of I don't want to say it took me out of the movie, but I wasn't expecting that, and it changed the experience a little bit for me. But I thought it was good. I liked the movie still. So
I do
um,
like that the kids were the ones to defeat Gladys after she basically
yeah,
abducted them and
yeah,
drained all of their life away. I will say that. But to kind of wrap up 2025, I'm gonna. Do you think you know what the top five grossing movies worldwide were this year? So top five in the box office. Number
in
one
order.
is some.
In
You don't have to
you
do it
want
in
me?
order, but you
Okay,
should try.
I'll
Number
try.
one is some Japanese
Yeah,
slash.
what was it? It's
It was like
yeah,
ni
yeah. I
za.
don't know that one.
I'm not gonna count that one because I know you're not gonna get that. And
Okay,
but so you're gonna have to guess 2 through 6.
I might do terrible at this. Okay. Zootopia 2.
Yeah,
It's on there. Where's that at?
that's number two. So that's technically number one for your
Okay.
list.
2 through 6. Okay. So
Yeah,
that
because you're not gonna get
uh
Ninja.
okay. Jurassic World.
Okay. Do you are
Where's that?
you Why don't you
Or
take
should
a
I guess
guess?
it's 4?
No, it's at number 6.
It's at 6. Oh my God, what else? Okay,
So Zootopia made 1.66 billion and
okay.
came out like a little over, I think, 2 months ago. Jurassic
Jurassic
World
World
Rebirth made
850, right?
869 million, so that came in at number
Dude,
6.
wow, I thought that'd be higher.
I think you can get the other two on this list. I don't know if you'll get the one in the middle.
What else came out this year? So Superman's not on there. It did not make over 850. Um, How to Train Your Dragon didn't make that. It didn't do that good, right?
Superman was number 10 at 616 million, and How to Train Your Dragon's at number 8 at 636.
Wow,
So
I'm
you
gonna.
need 3, 4, and 5.
This is gonna be a terrible performance. I can't think of. Did Avatar was not out long enough to be there, right?
I
Or
don't
was
know,
it?
was it?
It was Avatar on there? No,
Which one
there's
do you
no
think?
way.
Avatar's on the list, so where do you
Okay,
think
I think it. When did that movie come out? It's still in
came out
theaters, right?
last month? Yeah, it came out a month ago.
Is it 3?
Yeah, made
It's 3.
1.24 billion. It's number
Wow.
3.
Okay.
So
So
now
I
you need
have.
4 and 5. I'm not
Okay.
going to give
So
you
I.
a hint yet because I think it'll be a dead giveaway for at least one of them.
Okay.
But just try to think of
What else came out this year? Uh, it's not any of the Marvel stuff that came out.
no.
There was no Star Wars, obviously, that came out. Um, uh, FNAF does not do that good in theaters. I know that for a
I don't even
fact.
know if FNAF crossed.
The top 15. It's
Dude,
weird because it's got a big fan base, but it doesn't
no. I don't even
do like.
think. I think it's like might be lucky to break the top 50.
Okay. So we've got.
FNAF 2 is 24 at 236 million. Actually
That's
made more
it.
than I thought. Yeah.
Wow, that's probably what I would have guessed. Okay, so Jurassic World. What
So you
else
have
did I
Zootopia at
guess?
2, Avatar
Yeah,
at 3, and Jurassic World at 6. You need 4 and 5.
dude, I don't know.
All right, I'll give you one hint. One of the movies is a Disney movie. I don't think you're gonna get it because I feel like you definitely don't know that this movie came out.
No. Uh, it came out earlier in the year, right?
Came out in the summer.
I feel like I remember seeing ads for it on like SEPTA buses and stuff.
The movie's main character is literally merchandise gold for Disney. They everything. They're plastered
God,
on everything.
dude,
4 and
I don't
5 are
know.
both kids movies, so that gives you a
Okay,
hint for the second.
I figured, yeah,
Number 5 you should get based off a
I
kids
sh
movie.
I should.
You should get it.
Dude, what came out this year that's a kids movie besides Zootopia? I'm blanking. This is a bad performance for the first episode, dude. Uh,
Are you gonna give it? Can you at least get a guess, or are you just gonna
I
throw in?
I might have to throw in the towel. I can't think of a movie. You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna slap myself
All
in the
right.
face over it.
So number 4 at 1.04 billion was Lilo and Stitch. That was your
That's
Disney hit.
annoying. That's so
I can't
annoying.
believe you didn't guess this one.
I should have known it.
And at number 5, just
I
under a
totally.
billion at about 960 million was a Minecraft movie.
I forget that came out in 2025 a lot. It feels like it was so long ago. I always think it's 24, but it came out in 25. If you had said video game, I would have known right away.
Yeah, but that was like one of
Yeah,
the only.
yeah.
All right. And just a quick follow up:
I
what
didn't.
movie out of those 5? What movie do you think made the most in America and made the most in America this
In
year?
in
Yeah,
America,
domestic box office. One of those 5 made the most in America
not.
all year.
You said Zootopia was 2.
Yeah. So you have
Okay,
Zootopia, Lilo and
so
Stitch,
it wasn't Zootopia.
Avatar, and what was it? Zootopia, Avatar,
I'm
Lilo and Stitch, Minecraft, and Jurassic World. Which one do you think made the most money in the U.S.?
I'm gonna say either Jurassic World or the Minecraft movie made the
All right.
most in
Well,
America. I think it's
it's
the
one of
Minecraft
them.
movie.
So which one do you think? You think it's Minecraft?
I think the Minecraft movie
It
made.
is
There's a
Minecraft.
lot of. It is. I was gonna say there's a
Minecraft
big
made the
viewer.
most
Okay.
money domestically. It beat out Lilo and Stitch by 1 million.
Okay. I almost changed it because there's a big like European audience for Minecraft. Um, like a lot of Minecraft YouTubers are European, it seems. So I thought maybe that would sneak in, but
Yeah, I mean,
I
it made more money overseas, but in the U.S., the top five was Minecraft, Lilo and Stitch, Zootopia, Superman, and Avatar. So Superman did make
I
more
knew
here.
Superman was going to be in there, but I didn't think like it wouldn't have been one. So all right. Um, do you have anything else, or do you want me to go with my blind
I think
ranking
you
for
could
you?
probably go in to the rankings.
All right. So these are five movies that came out in the 2020s. I'm hoping you've seen them all. I know you've seen four of them. I'm hoping you've seen the other one.
All right.
And just rank them either your favorite, best to worst, one through five. All right. So I'm gonna give you to start off Sinners.
Okay, I see now. So I have to rank it.
Yeah, yeah. So you got to put it one through five and see
And
what else is gonna come.
this is the first half of the
This
2020s.
is yeah. So we're halfway through. So this is the last 5 years.
I'll
And
put
it's
Sinners.
mostly yeah. No, you're good.
I'll put Sinners at 3. I think
Okay,
that's
so,
fair
so
because
the
there's
safe
definitely
spot.
I already know there's going to be one or two that I got to put above it. So
Yeah. Okay. Uh, Barbie. I liked Barbie. I thought it was
Barbie's a good
fun.
movie, but I'll put it at number 4.
Okay. 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 Top Gun.
Maverick.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to go at number 2. That movie is awesome, and I saw
Two.
that in theaters. Yeah, that movie's.
All right. You've
Have you
set
seen Top
yourself
Gun?
up.
Have you
I
seen Top
have.
Gun?
I
Dude,
have.
you have
I.
to see it.
Everybody
And
was telling
Glenn
me to see
Powell's
it
in
when
that
it came
movie.
out. Yeah, I like
I
him.
really
He's
like
cool.
Glenn Powell now. I hated his character in that movie, but you're supposed to hate him. So he plays his characters well. Go ahead.
He's like the new Top Gun type thing, right? Like he's
Yeah.
taking over or whatever.
No, I'm not gonna spoil
Not
it.
okay. Um, I wrote these in order, and I don't know if I want to. It doesn't matter because you're gonna put these at that's the respective spots they deserve. So you have Sinners at three, Barbie at four, Top Gun at two, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna give you the Batman.
I already know
That
what the
was.
next one's gonna be, but I have to put the Batman at 1.
Do you
And
wait?
I'm
You know what
assuming
the next?
the next one's probably Guardians 3.
No,
Oh,
Batman at one. The next one was Eternals.
oh yeah. I wasn't
I
gonna
was
put the
gonna get.
Batman anywhere but number 1. They
I
actually
was hope
announced today that Eternals is like done, like they're cooked.
good.
I think.
I actually heard that. I was hoping you would go like Top Gun at one, and then get mad that
No,
you had to put back at Batman at two, and
no.
something like that. But
Top Gun's
um,
really good, but I was not.
yeah,
I think that list is accurate. I think I would rewatch
I that's
all those
exactly
movies.
how I
And
would have
I've never
ranked it.
even. I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen Eternals still, and I need to,
Really,
but I just have no interest. I just have no interest in watching that movie.
I got an hour and a half in, and I had to quit. I was done. I actually was falling asleep, and I hated it, so I turned it off and have not gone back to it since. Um, I think when Halloween gets closer, we should do or if we get more news about it, we should do the Batman discussion because
Yeah,
that was a really good movie.
hopefully we get more about the Batman Part 2 soon. I mean, Sebastian Stan just got cast as Harvey Dent. That's a great. I think
Yeah,
he was gonna excel at that role,
I think so too. We
and
should. We'll see.
I really hope at the end of the movie is like him turning into Two
Two
Face,
Face. Yeah,
setting up for hopefully if
I
they make a third movie, he can be the main villain. But
yeah, I was gonna say we'll save that discussion for another time, but I would like them instead of. And I love the Dark Knight. I think it's spectacular, but I think doing two movies of Harvey Dent, where it's one movie where he's mostly Harvey turns into Two Face, and then the second one up with the third in the trilogy would be mostly him as Two Face instead of doing him in just one movie would be nice, which is what
yeah,
you
I
just basically said.
think unfortunately I think they're setting up for the Joker to come back, which like
Yeah,
is fine. But I just want to see more villains, and we've seen Two Face before too. But I'm
yeah,
very excited we're getting a Clayface movie because ever since I played the Arkham games, he's been one of my favorite
yeah,
villains, and we never get to see him in live
yeah.
action. So, I would say probably to wrap it up. It's not 2025, but we can quickly talk about a movie we saw last week that just came out in 2026.
Yeah.
Primate.
Yeah.
I remember this trailer popped up when we saw FNAF, and we are like, that looks like the worst movie ever. Like it looks so stupid, which it still is
No,
a
we.
stupid movie.
Well,
But
yeah,
we were like, we got to see that just for
yeah,
how stupid it is. And then when we saw it, I was shocked of how much fun the movie is.
yeah.
I still don't
I
think it's like a great movie, but I mean, it's so much better than I thought it was going to be.
yeah. So when we saw it in the theaters. When we saw the trailer during FNAF 2, and we both were like cracking up at it, and then the person we're with was like, "This movie looks like it's fucking terrible," but we both were like, "We got to see it with or without you. We don't care." And we saw it, and I didn't. I knew it was gonna be a fun time, and we were gonna laugh, and like at minimum, we were gonna leave and be like, "That was fun." I didn't expect to like actually enjoy the plot and like them to put it together the way they did. I liked what I liked about that movie was like it fully understood what it was, and it was like a very silly concept with like silly like it was a prosthetic, whatever you want to call it, chimp instead of like CGI,
Yeah,
which I
the
thought was
costume
cool.
looked really good. There were like
It did
certain points where you could like
tell,
kind of see the eyes, but like at the
yeah,
same time, it was like they hit it pretty well.
it
Um,
was very human, like the way the arms were bending and the length of that. Like you could tell it was a human in there, but it was done very well. And it kind of like the fact that you could tell it was a human kind of made it funnier than if it was like an accurate CGI monkey, like in Planet of the Apes.
I'm so happy it wasn't CGI, and a lot of
Yeah.
the like you said, you hit it on the head. Like I'm just glad that the movie knew
Hmm.
this is a movie about a chimp literally getting rabies and killing people.
Yeah, like it's a
Why
silly
don't
concept.
try to make it some serious movie with like undertones of like I don't know, just trying to like send a message or like have a different meaning. No, it's just
Yeah.
this chimp gets. They're in Hawaii too, and they're like there are no rabies in Hawaii, and somehow
Yeah.
whatever bites him
And
has
then the
rabies.
veterinarian when the dad says there's no rabies, the vet is just like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Like
Yeah,
I'm
it's like
wrong."
let's run that again.
Yeah.
Um, but
It
yeah,
was good.
the kills were kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like
I was
I'm
good.
really glad they went into the gore. I'm glad it was rated R, not PG-13. Uh, the first kill, well, the second kill of the movie, technically, I'm not gonna fully spoil it, but
Yeah.
I was
Second.
shocked
We
that
both
they
were shocked.
showed the impact
Dude,
of
it was
that
funny.
character.
I couldn't believe
The
that.
one part I will say, semi spoilers. That's not one of the characters in this movie is fighting Ben the chimp, and he fully like breaks their wrist.
I was gonna
And
bring
then
that up.
later in the movie, they're still like fighting him. He doesn't kill
There's
this character either, which is such plot armor, but it doesn't matter.
well, yeah, it was the yeah. Um,
But
there are
yeah, and then
some
later in the movie, she's like
inconsistencies.
wielding weapons, and I'm like, dude, your wrist is shattered right now. How?
It's funny
And
because when he broke it, it was like hanging, and then
yeah,
she's later in the movie, it's like totally fine. There's like there's some inconsistencies like that. She has like Wolverine healing factor all of a sudden. There's some blood inconsistencies, not to spoil it, but there's like a pool in the movie because
yeah,
it's in the trailer.
that
So
made no sense to me.
yeah,
The also the one character in the movie definitely should have bled out
she
or
should have.
not been able to walk. At least
Yeah,
they should have been passed out from the blood
yeah.
loss. But
I think I don't think it matters if we do spoilers, but like I'll just refrain from it. That character probably should have died either from blood loss or the other reason. And
yeah,
then also the pool was just all of a sudden clean. But I thought it was a fun experience. I liked that movie a lot.
yeah.
So
I think it was a good start to 2026. I'm really excited for this year. We have a huge year of movies coming, a lot of blockbuster movies,
yeah,
including Doomsday, Spider Man, and The Odyssey. I would say would
yeah,
be Dune 3 might sneak into that and be the top three, but I think Spider Man, Doomsday, and The Odyssey are probably solidified as the top three most anticipated of the year for a lot of people.
yeah,
Um, hopefully, all the movies showcase what we want and
yeah.
perform well. Um, but that can be a discussion for next week, I think.
I
Talk
think so
about
too. Yeah,
2026.
we'll
Overall,
do a
I
whole
think
thing on that.
2025, like I said earlier, was a really good year for movies. Um, it felt I think went to the movies this past year more than I ever have before. I like to continue that trend. in 2026.
Yeah, I
Um,
definitely same. Yeah.
yeah, I think Superman, F4 and Thunderbolts also put us back on a upwards trajectory for comic book movies because for a couple
There was
years it was really
fatigue.
getting stagnant and fatigued. I don't think I
Yeah,
think Spider-Man is automatically going to sell no matter what, and I think Supergirl has a good chance to sell as well after the success of Superman. I do think Doomsday is going to carry a lot of 2027 success or not, if that movie's a hit or not.
yeah. I think, and this might be a discussion for another time in a longer episode, but I think this is almost a tricky year because like the movies that came out in 25 are really good, but they didn't perform as great as we would have liked in the box office. Maybe besides Superman, but like Thunderbolts, Cap, F4, probably we all expected to do at least a little bit more money in the box office than they did. But 26, you have the only movies you have coming out superhero wise, at least from Marvel, are probably the two biggest IPs in the franchise. Like they're the two biggest
Yeah,
names in Marvel,
I
and
mean,
so those might both do a billion and a half and 2 billion. But I don't know if that's like you can necessarily say we're back because in 27 or years after, let's say you get another Fantastic Four movie, who knows if it's going to go back to what it was box office wise or if it's going to carry that hype and that movie's going to do a billion or if it's going to go back down to like 450.
I will
It's kind of hard
say
to tell when you have
issue.
Spider-Man.
I think the main issue with to end off with the box office for some of them, like Thunderbolts and Cap, is like the Disney Plus issue that you kind of have to watch these shows
Hmm.
to understand what's happening. When the MCU before was like, oh, you just had to see the movie before this or the three before that. No one really wants to one sign up for Disney Plus just to watch a show. Like Thunderbolts
Yeah.
is mainly a bunch of characters that kind of showcase and Disney Plus material. I mean, no one cared about Ghost from Ant Man and the Wasp
Yeah,
2.
no.
John Walker, Yelena and Red Guardian are all Disney Plus releases.
Yes.
And I mean, I think Bucky, obviously everyone knows Bucky, but he's doesn't feel as connected as those characters from the outside looking in if you don't watch the movie.
I agree.
And I think F4 didn't do bad in the box office. It made over 500 million. But I do think with Spider-Man, like you said in Avengers, they're the two juggernauts really for the MCU and Marvel. So I do think you're going to see a resurgence. I just think the movies have to also be good in quality for it
Yeah.
to
I mean,
fully.
I I think Spider-Man could be a mid movie and still do over a billion because of the name and it's almost a kids movie in a way because it's Spider-Man and it kind of will sell no matter what. I think Avengers it will do a billion. It will probably do two no matter what and it will probably push three if it the first day or two it comes out that it's spectacular. Like if the reviews immediately are like this movie is peak, then it could probably touch 2.7, 2.8. Um
I mean,
but I mean
Spider-Man No Way Home only hit 1.9
but
worldwide, which is really good.
it didn't release in China. And that's a huge market.
I
So if it
wouldn't agree
released in
with that.
China, it probably pushes two.
I think two is more realistic than pushing three, but we'll see. Um,
Yeah, that's another discussion. Yeah.
but thanks for tuning in. First episode of the Podrace.
Yes.
Next week we'll look to get into more of our excitement of 2026 and kind of an outlook overall.
Yeah.
But we'll see you then.